So they had the big oil guys in front of one of the committees in Congress today. So I guess that leads us to our other crazy town, G, since I'm going to do this story because I want to get to Byron Donalds. So before I get to him, let's get to the last crazy town because this is the bad news part of the night. I want to let you know that sooner than later we're all dead. Roll it, G.
Some of us have to actually live the future that you all are setting on fire for us. By 2028, crop yields are already projected to begin to fail, with famine beginning to hit the world's most vulnerable populations. By 2038, current U.S. drought, fire, and extreme heat trends could potentially make whole regions of the United States unlivable if we continue the trends that lobbyists are trying to have us pursue. And we have a tipping point by 2036. We do not have the privilege or the luxury of lobbyist spin. And it is incredibly important that we don't reach net zero or in some imaginary future, but that we actually cut through to carbon emissions reductions here in the United States and globally. I submit back to the chair.
Yeah, sure. Amazing, all these numbskulls who talk about this. They never talk about China. Never talk about the real polluter of the world. It's not us.
No.
Not us.
He's quite a scholar, too.
Yes. Do you see a running theme between Madame Tussaud, Biden, and then some of the people in this party? They're. I mean, just you will not mistake any of them for coming out of a Mensa meeting anywhere. No. That's for sure. You will not mistake them for somebody who attended the Mensa meeting. By the way, you won't mistake me for that either, so I shouldn't talk. But just to say. So after this hearing, at the end, Byron Donalds, who I believe is a fairly new congressman.
Yeah, he's out of Florida, right?
Yes. He had his last 2 minutes. Carolyn Maloney, I believe, is the chair of this committee from New York. She's a disaster.
Yeah. And
it got to Mr. Donald, and here's his thoughts on what he saw happen in committee to the big oil companies who were there. Roll that, G.
First of all, to the witnesses, the leaders of Exxon, Chevron, BP, Shell, I know that the climate activists in Twitter world, which Dave Chappelle says doesn't exist, and he's right because it's just people who have nothing better to do but type on their keyboards, and we do it too here in Congress. But let's be very clear, you need an apology because what I witnessed today was just rank intimidation by the chair of this committee. Trying to get you to pledge on what you're going to spend your money on is a gross violation of the First Amendment. And just because we're members of Congress and we got microphones and we pass laws does not mean that we also have the ability to infringe on your ability to organize, whether it's API or anybody else, or what you choose to spend your money on. It is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Somebody needs to go call Merrick Garland, tell him to get in here and watch the intimidation that came from this very panel today. Because this is not about defending big oil or defending big anything. It's about defending the ability of people in our country to be free, say what they want, think what they want, spend their money how they choose. And if we're not going to be any better than the Chinese, how do we ever expect to beat them on the world stage when we're cutting our neck when it comes to energy production while they are burning more coal, they are burning more oil, they're increasing their emissions, and they're not showing up in Scotland. You know why they're not showing up in Scotland? Because they're interested in building an economy. They're interested in becoming the dominant economic player across the globe. They're interested in becoming the dominant military player across the globe. And while we joke around and mess around intimidating you guys who frankly heat our homes, you cool our fridges, you keep our cars going, this is insane. So I'm sorry for you. And I'm sorry for the people in our country who have to witness shenanigans like this and witness circuses like this. That's why they call that one show on HBO, whatever it is, The Circus, because that's exactly what this is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Stuff.
The Chinese are not attending in Scotland where Biden's on his way to because he's absolutely right. They don't give a damn. They don't care. They don't buy into this. They laugh at somebody like AOC who says, we've got 12 years to live. Same thing Al Gore told us in 2000. In 2012, we'd all be underwater.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Obama's buying houses at Martha's Vineyard.